well, everyone uses the word stalker, right? But
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what word to use. There has to be another term
Right.
in social media vernacular
Okay.
that refers to the type of people. There's a lot of memes about this, but there's a type of people that watch your social media
Right.
constantly without ever commenting, but they constantly watch.
Okay.
And that's fine. You have an audience. Like
Yeah.
we're an audience. We watch a TV program. We don't, there's no interaction, right?
Right.
But you get the burning feeling at the back of your eyes that you're being watched. It's like a weird.
Oh.
Maybe it's a self. Uh, um, when you're slightly suspicious, your mind
Yes.
races a little
Slightly
bit. Yeah.
paranoid like you are. Yes, I
Yeah,
got
no,
that.
but
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
happens is you see a certain pattern. So
Yeah.
if you're on social media, and my basically social media, apart from this is social media, right? But this I
Yeah.
think of as a much more relaxed. Um, this is an interaction between two or three people, you, me, and Usman. And the
Right.
fact that you put it on social media is like a bonus. I mean, I guess
Right.
that's what we're doing it for. But actually, I enjoy the interaction, so that's
Right.
why I tune
I do
in,
it for
right?
the interaction. If we didn't have the show, I'd still want the
Yeah.
three of us every Saturday to have cigars together.
Right. And but for Instagram, the reason, I
Right.
mean, I don't really explain this to many people through social media. I do have occasionally this discussion in person. Why have
Right.
I got an Instagram account for cigars? Well, actually, it's very, very simply my way of prolonging the pleasure of smoking a cigar. That's all it is.
Oh, okay.
And sort of a creative outlet. I consider myself slightly creative, maybe a failed movie director, whatever it may be. But
Right.
this is my way of making, those little short stories and
Yeah.
things like that, right? So in the course of making those things, in the course of uploading this stuff all the time, and by the way, if anyone's interested, there is my Instagram account, alizard.cigars. A lizard, by the way, is an anagram of my name. Work it out. That's where the A lizard comes from.
Good luck with that.
Good
So,
luck with that, right? Okay. Um, but because I'm on that specific form of social media, which is Instagram, I have a
right.
TikTok account. I kind of dabble with it just to see the mechanics of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not particularly enamored because I get the impression TikTok is all about selling stuff to you.
Yes, it
That
is, and
yeah,
I've
and
bought many Asians there. So it's a wonderful place to buy things. So
right. So so cigars for me, the cigar
yeah.
smoking experience on Instagram, and if any of you follow me or Stephen, you follow me,
Yep.
it's less about photos. It's more about little
Cigars,
videos and
the
little movie
experience.
rolls,
Yeah.
etc., etc.
And we put that up on our channel so people
I
can
know, I
see it
know,
that
I
don't
know.
no, that I'm just saying that don't follow you on Instagram because they can't figure out the anagram. We actually put that on the channel so people
And
can
and and
follow you and see.
and for the benefit of Usman who's just joined, I
Yes.
was talking to Stephen about the fact that from time to time, and my average is about once every 2 or 3 months, I get the feeling that on social media I'm being stalked, or there's a stalker on there. There's always the kind of person. They're very nice people that interact with you, and you get from time to time it's like there's someone constantly watching but not interacting,
Right.
and
Right.
they're constantly watching for a couple of weeks, then they're off.
Yeah.
Then 3 months later they appear again and constantly watching. It's that kind of like what's going on here?
It's
I
true.
find that funny. I find it amusing.
And
Um,
you
but
know
I'm
what's
not
really
sure
cool?
what the term for it is. I'm using the
Stalker.
word stalker, but
No, let's just go
I
with
don't
stalker.
think it's stalker. Actually,
Okay.
I think it's a
Sub
less.
stalker, junior stalker,
I
little
think
stalker, Jack
one
and the
could make
stalker.
up. I think we would be in our rights to make up a term for that.
Yeah, Jack in the Stalker box, Jack in the Stalker beans,
I would call it an in stalker.
an in stalker. You
So it's
know,
an
we hired an
Instagram
in stock.
stalker, an in
Yeah,
stalker.
we did hire an in stalker. They stocked the shelves. I remember it clearly, like it was yesterday. Anyway, you know what we're going to do now that the prince has arrived? Yeah, Princess has been here.
Hello,
Yes. Hey,
everyone.
Hi
listen,
there.
why are you in an F1 driving? Where's your office? Anyway, we're going to start the show because Usman is going to dominate the whole show today and tell us all about his black tie event in Doha, which Riz and I weren't invited to. Apparently, we were. The invitation got lost at sea.
In my
Yeah,
head, I'm
yeah.
always at a black tie event.
Can I tell you, in my head, I'm always naked, so it works out well. With a bow tie. So with a black tie bow tie. So I'd say it's a
Attitude.
good thing. Yeah, got to have that. And then we'll discuss what we're smoking. So welcome to all the fans. This is not, oh, we have one more show in 2025, and then we're going to be in the new year, except for the Jews. Our new year is in September. So for
Q
us, it's just
title.
another
Q title.
Jew title.
Q title.
Oh, Q title. Okay. Well, thanks. Thank God he's the director.
This is 2OF Entertainment.
The Habanos Cigars Dinner and Drink Show, exclusively on 2OF Entertainment, with over 100,000 YouTube subscribers and rapidly growing to be the most watched and podcast cigar show broadcast globally. The Habanos Cigars Dinner and Drink Show, exclusively on 2OF Entertainment.
And here we are, boys and girls. Welcome to December 21st, 2024. Almost the last show to 2024. And just so we start off properly, I said I'd smoke it when Usman came back. Here is the
Oh, there you go.
EGM.
There you go.
And let me
Good
tell, I
release.
smoked one the other show, Usman, and you know you don't show up anymore because you're a big star now. Anyway, so anyway, it was very nice, very nice. And this is a really good cigar. I'm just waiting for the box of them that they're supposed to send for free to bribe me more. But anyway, good cigar, nice smoke, enjoying it. And also for all their cigars, I've enjoyed. But to both of your credits, and I hate to say this is the best out of the sample box. So
Yeah,
this
you
is the
get-
one that I will
You get a
reorder.
flavor hit. You get a
Yeah.
flavor hit on that one.
Mhm.
And,
Yeah.
Encanto's.
I hope you're having it with coffee. Actually, it's set off best with coffee. To be honest with you.
First of all, I don't know what kind of pussy you take me for. I have Macallan 25. So
That kind of pussy.
only women do coffee in the morning. Men, they drink scotch. So there you go. But no, it's a very good cigar. So thank you, EGM, and everybody for recommending this. I'm enjoying it. I will have to order now.
Right. Just for clarification, that is the EGM Encanto, which is a Lancero size cigar. That's the longest cigar that they have in your sampler box. And again, for clarification,
Mhm.
I smoked it because Usman recommended it to me.
Or Sommelier.
So there are three people. I think three people recommended it. Usman recommended it to me. Christian, Tom recommended it to me.
Of course. Name drop.
There was one other person who the other person recommended it to me was Jorge, who is the guy who runs La Casa del Habanos JJ Fox at Harrods.
Oh,
And
sure.
he's Cuban. And he's
wow.
made in the past 2 or 3 years, he's made 2 recommendations to me of non-Cuban cigars. I've tried both and I've loved both.
Good.
So the Encanto is one, and the other one is the Aroa 20 years box press, the Connecticut wrapper, which Usman would know as well.
I've had that one. That's a very good one. But this one, let me just say this: will beat my CAO Brazilian all day long.
It does, doesn't it? It does.
Now they have to ship it properly, and if they don't, then it doesn't. But as long as they ship it properly next time, and I'm expecting Mr. GM personally to just deliver it to the private airport behind the house. And I think that's, I'm a good client. What can I tell you? I don't get invited to Doha.
Yes, Mr. Travolta.
Yeah, Mr. Travolta. Yes.
And now that Usman only smokes Trinidad's from the Havanos directly, which are rolled and
by
sent
virgins
directly to Usman.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Usman, what are you smoking today, dude?
See, to your dismay, and to ensure that I was not smoking any of the Trinidad because I've smoked so many of them, I am gonna go with the.
Oh, leave it out! Leave it
out!
Oh
my God! Please, it's embarrassing now. Why? Can I ask you a question? What?
Yes.
Let me ask you this question, and I don't know. I know it's going to be play. Why are you dressed like you were going to drive a Formula One car later? What is there like a race going on in Pakistan?
Because he's a winner. He's a winner. That's why Usman is a winner.
Okay.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Thank you very much, Raza, for saying that. But there are 2 reasons for that. One, it's the winters, so even indoors, the temperature is like in single digits of Celsius.
Okay. So is mine, by the way, and I'm outside like a man.
Yeah, of course. I mean, so there's no comparison.
You
one
called yourself a pussy earlier on.
Okay. And the other reason is, I mean, we're going to talk about Qatar and all that stuff. So I thought there was a fun in the week prior to the event. So might as well just give a bit of resemblance to that. Hence.
Okay. Well, I will say, sir, you look I don't want to say you look dapper. You look very sporty.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very
You're
much.
very welcome. And I know the
He
fan.
looks like Steve McQueen in that movie Le Mans.
Yeah, he does look like Steve McQueen in Le Mans, except Steve didn't have a beard and he had blonde hair. And other than that, they're like twins.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I couldn't tell them apart. Rizzo, may we ask what you're smoking, or are we going to go on?
I've given up smoking. I had
He's
the
actually
pinnacle.
giving
Let me
up.
say, I had the pinnacle smoke of 2024 on Tuesday, as Usman
Okay.
knows. On Tuesday, I had the pinnacle smoke. And was it Tuesday? Was it Wednesday? I can't remember.
It was Wednesday,
It's
actually.
fuzzy right
It
now.
It was Wednesday.
It was Wednesday, the 17th of December.
Was it
2024.
Wednesday or was
Yeah,
that a
yeah.
Tuesday?
No, it was
Tuesday.
no,
Usman, that
no,
was
it was
Tuesday.
Wednesday because you went to your little private soiree, which you're going to drop about 75 names. Excuse me, let me pick
No,
that up.
Usman, it was
In a second.
Tuesday.
Okay.
Dude, it was Tuesday.
Okay,
His
so
Royal
what did you
Highness-
smoke?
His
What was the
Royal Highness
pinnacle?
was the 17th of December 2024, which was the Wednesday at number 6 Cavendish in
At number 6 Cavendish.
London, in London, Great Britain. Do you need me to tell you more specifics about that?
I want you to tell me what I smoked. I want you to tell me what I smoked. It was
What did
the
he smoke,
pinnacle
Usman?
cigar.
Some shitty Grand Reserve.
That's awesome. That's
See?
awesome.
I had basically AJ Patel's favorite cigar,
Which is?
which is the Partagas Lusitania Gran Reserva. There were 15 of us. The whole box was cracked open, and everyone lit their cigar with the naked flame from a matchstick.
Whoa,
And
naked
the
flames.
aroma just went all the way around. It was a slap in the face of most cigars, or virtually all cigars that I've smoked all year. Having said that, I've smoked some pretty extraordinary cigars throughout 2024. I can't show you the band because it resides on the back of my phone from which I'm making this call. But in order to celebrate that cigar, my plan was to basically give up smoking. To say it right. Yeah. But I would be lying, so I'm going to smoke another Partagas right now. Okay. A Capitolis.
A Capitanes? There you go. There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Can you see that? That's the
You see it.
tin.
Yeah,
You see it. Yeah. Very nice.
So
And
I had a choice of 5. I picked that one.
Okay.
Very nice. All the same 5 cigars, right?
Well, slightly different because it's a bespoke product. Some of the leaves maybe.
Oh, here we go.
Etc. Etc. Etc.
Look, let me roll up my pants, please. I don't want it to get on it. Anyway, so let's discuss. I think next week, I think we should discuss our best smokes of 2024. I mean, RZA just had an orgasm, so we kind of know what his is going to be. But I'm sure between now and next Saturday,
There are 2 or 3 other cigars that are stuck in my brain. This one was just very recent, but it was outstanding. I mean,
okay. So I think next Saturday we can, in our opinion, what the best cigars of 2024 were. I think that'll be a fun show. But
Absolutely.
I know today's show, all the fans or depending on who we're talking to, want to know all about the Trinidad Doha event, which we have posted pictures on all of our Instagrams. And I think we even have some of them here on our YouTube channel, some of the videos, so you can see it. But we figured the man and the myth and the legend, he couldn't be here. So Usman's here. And he's going to tell us all about it and what he learned and how much they paid him. No, I mean, and the cigars he smoked and the interesting people he met. He did interviews on other channels, which he didn't know he had until we sent it to him.
Actually, you're right.
Yeah, it's like, hey, dude, you interviewed with this guy. That's a great interview. He's like, well, I did what? I'm like, yeah, let me send it to you. So yeah. So he stays up on things, and he's like world famous. Go figure. So yeah, tell us about the event, what it was like, the naked Tahitian ladies rolling cigars between their thighs, the whole 9 yards.
Absolutely good. All right. Absolutely, absolutely. I'm going to talk more about the event, but before that, can I have the big screen, please?
Oh, yeah, excuse me. Of course, we have the big screen. What was I thinking?
You forgot. I
Yeah.
mean, you forgot. I'm not, now I
Yeah,
need
no,
the full screens.
he's not like a prima donna now that he's a big celebrity or anything. Like, oh, that's pretty. Very
Okay,
pretty.
let me start the live conversation from table 18 of the Trinity of Trinidad event, which was held in Doha, Qatar on the 7th of December earlier this month. Well, this was a very I would say well organized event by Phoenicia, which is the distributor for Habanos for this region primarily, which covers all the Africa, the Middle Eastern countries, including Pakistan and most of the European countries.
Right.
So Phoenicia had put together the last of the Trinidad series, celebrating this year as the as the year of Trinidad when it completed 55 years. Trinidad is a brand which was born in 1969 as kind of a little brother to Cohiba, and primarily initially for the diplomatic gifts in the form of the Lancero format known as the Trinidad Fundadores, and that's how the entire brand was born. So this was 55 years of Trinidad, and the Habanos decided to celebrate this occasion. So the first of the events was in the Habanos Festival earlier in February 2024, followed by the Habanos World Days, which was a celebration of its own kind in July in London, which was done by Hunters and Francow. And this was now the third of the series. So I think, as they say, the if you really want to see what a party looks like, you need to go to the Middle Eastern countries, and then you'll actually know how Gulf
Yep.
celebrates it. And when there's a company which has its roots from Lebanon and Greece, it tells you how the party is actually being put into place. So it
Mhm.
was one hell of an event put together by Phoenicia, by Mohammed Zaidan and Walid, being the chairman and the CEO of Phoenicia. The event was arranged in the Doha Exhibition and Convention Center. And as by now you know that I was tabled on the table number 18, they had done the entire exhibition center in a way that the exhibition center, all the outer walls, were covered with with this kind of Trinidad branding. It looked
Right.
like it would look like more of the humidor, which is made by Dupont and was launched in July. So to give that entire exhibition center the feel of a big humidor in which all the cigar smokers were going to house in. So you walk in, you have those huge exhibition walls, like tall one, completely branded with that, and then outside. So the event started somewhere around 7:30, but we were there around 7ish for half an hour. It was actually meeting up all the friends that were coming from different parts of the world. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about the pre-parties and the post-parties.
Right.
But for now, let's focus on the
I can
event.
blackmail with you with those later.
Yes, we have
Mhm.
pictures. We're good. So
I exactly know, which is why I was like, with you, it's okay. Rest, I'll figure out whatever's gonna happen. So after that half hour of mingling in, meeting friends, and all that stuff, the gates were opened, and you walk into the registrations area because all of us had initially received a pass, a digital pass on our phones that was scanned, and the moment we walked in, we were handed over with this small package,
very
which
nice.
included two, sorry, my bad, two cigars, So the cigars in this were Trinidad Topaz and Vihia, which were kind of your starter cigars, and then you actually walk in to champagne area, networking area within the exhibition center, where they had some high tables with champagne flowing in, with some bite-sized nibbles and foods coming in, and people getting the time to come and register and meet up. Uh, the fun fact about that entire space was that it was really nicely done, because on one side there was a drummer playing drums and music. On the other side, they had put in some bespoke exclusive watches, which had partnered with Habanos in the past. The other side had a Testarossa and Maserati parked in for like telling that you are actually in Qatar, giving its relevance to the sports and especially high end cars in the Gulf, and some I would say
I thought the Testarossa was a prize. I actually
oh,
thought that you had like,
You could win it. Yeah.
yeah,
I
I
like
thought like,
Testarossa though. That's one of those Ferraris that it'll be a classic Ferrari 500 years from now. It just looks like a Ferrari.
mm-hmm,
Yeah, just my opinion. What do I know?
mm-hmm. So with that, some selfie booths and photo booths for people to have some good pictures taken with professional photographers. And that was the time when I actually met a lot of my friends from Italy, from Europe, from Switzerland, from in the Middle East, from Kuwait, UAE, Abu Dhabi, Bahrain.
So,
So
if may I ask, was this like a public event? Like, could anybody go if we paid the fee, or did you have to be invited?
yes, so what happens is that for all of these events, these are public paid events.
Okay.
However, you apply for it. It doesn't
Oh,
like so you apply for it. If your registration gets in time and it gets accepted,
right.
you
Right.
make the payment for it,
Okay.
and then you get the formal invitation to be at the event.
Gotcha.
But given the fact that these events are technically treated as the marketing expense, if I may
Right.
say
Right.
it,
Yeah.
the ticketing is just, in my opinion, to kind of dish out all those unnecessary, non-serious cigar smokers who just
Right.
want to be cigar smokers. So the ones who really want to be at the event and who actually know the whole thing, they are the ones who fly in, go there, and have
Right.
that privacy.
But,
So the
uh,
event was ticketed as 550 euros,
okay.
or around $580.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what
That's not bad.
the entire thing, you're gonna actually see this was practically 25% of what you get out of it. So just a token money kind of thing for to
Gotcha.
get in.
And let
no,
me ask you this.
I know people who flew in just to get the cigars so they could sell them and make a profit.
Oh
Mm.
yeah, you know that very well.
Yeah.
Well, I would never do that. I would smoke mine.
No,
Now, I have a question. That's crazy.
Usman can spot them a mile away.
I know. Now,
Yeah.
the Trinidad Tobago cigars,
Stay nervous. I won't say
we have
anything. Stay
the
nervous.
triple. Yeah, I don't want to mention any names, but later down below we'll list
Oh
them
no, no,
like
I'll
they did
mention
in the.
them. If you let me open my mouth, I'll mention names as well.
No,
Knock
please don't.
yourself
I'm
out.
Please
joking.
don't.
I'm joking. It's a joke. Usman, it's a joke. It's a complete joke.
Yeah,
Very
Joke.
kind.
well,
I can
Very,
see the
very,
beads. I can see the beads of
the
sweat
sweet.
forming.
Yeah, yeah. No, Usman, you know we're not going to mention the names. We're just going to put the names
I
in the
have too
description.
much respect. I have too much respect for Usman. I have too much
Yeah,
respect. I just wanted to see where I could push that a little bit.
good. No, but we'll put the names in the description of all the people that are traders. Don't worry about that. Now, the other question is, when they give you these cigars, are they just Habanos or are they also the Dominic that they make?
no. So this is the Habana. This is a hardcore Habanas event. So this is
Okay.
just a Habanas event.
Okay.
And Phoenicia being the distributor was just dishing out Habano. So and since it was a Trinidad event, so these were hardcore Trinidad cigars. Only no other brand even from the portfolio. So the first two cigars, then we had like a 45 minutes of mingling and champagnes and all that. Post which the main arena opens. So you move in and you go and you are sat on your tables.
Okay.
and when you reach your tables, that is an amazingly beautifully done dinner table with actually you can see from the arrangement that this is going to be at least a 5 course meal.
Okay.
And
Can I make
and
a very short statement? By the way, Usman over there won't say this. His coverage, which you can see on Usman's Instagram there,
Instagram.
right? His coverage, in my very sort of like unbiased opinion, is possibly the best coverage of that event that I saw. There were
Yes.
quite a few live feeds going on. Usman did some very good point of view stuff. So basically, Usman was doing the walk around, so that if you weren't there at the event, you could literally walk around as if you were at the event. He participated in the interviews. Because of his social media contacts and because of the people that he was meeting there, he was able to disseminate a lot of their material as well. So if you really do want to know what a hardcore Cuban cigar event, an international Cuban
Right.
cigar event is like, you'd be hard pressed at this moment to find an event better organized than in a place like Doha in Qatar. So
absolutely.
this is very recent. If you want to see at what level an event can be pushed to, have a look at Usman's feed, go through his stuff. Even if you just want to get a flavor, just flick through it. It's the best coverage. And I'm saying that in a very, very unbiased way. You know
Yeah.
me, I'm like a Rottweiler. If it was rubbish, I would say it's rubbish, but it wasn't. It was absolutely outstanding.
Yeah. I will second that. I
And and
watched
and
your
use
stuff. It was
those
very good.
videos to spot the people who are there just fleecing and scavenging as well.
Hmm.
Thank you very much. I know where it's going, so I'm gonna stop Raza here. Right. So you reach your table, and there's the table is kind of laid for a 5 course meal, so you can see the plates and all that, and everything's there. So this is a
Hold
small.
on. We'll get a close up for you. There you go.
Yeah, so this was a small thing
Wow.
in which they had wrapped the napkins and all that stuff. So
Oh,
brand
very good
everything.
branding, on point branding.
Absolutely.
You got to wrap the napkins because God forbid you don't know where you're at. So,
Yeah. And this was
ooh,
the card which was
mhm.
there on the table for you. So when you open the card, it actually on one side has the prologue, which says or talks about the sequence of events
Okay.
in the night. This in the middle is the dinner menu
Okay.
and the courses that were being served. And on the absolute left were the cigars and the drinks mentioned, uh,
Wow.
and the pairings mentioned, which were served that night along the whole thing. So again, as I shared, in addition to that, on the table there was this beautifully done ashtray,
And I,
small
and I-
ashtray.
now, is that for you or that was for the table and you just happened to
Okay,
take it?
no, no, no. So for all the events, because since this was my uh, second or third big international event, I know for a fact, and I knew from that perspective. So these are individual ashtrays placed for any and every single person on the table. So if you're 10 people, there would
Yep.
be 10 of these in ashtrays for you. And
Nice.
once the event is being done and you're gonna leave, they ask you if you want to take the ashtray. They would go clean it for you, put it in a
Wow.
box, and give it
Stephen,
to
they didn't
you.
cheapskate on this.
I see
Yeah.
that. I'm
And,
jealous that I didn't go.
and they would give it to you and the importance, so the fun part is this is an ashtray done by Cigarte, and these ashtrays practically came out in July. Cigarte
Right.
is also a partner for all these branded Habanos products for Habanos. And I was so liked this ashtray that initially I purchased one
Right.
for me in back in July. So I had one, so I reached there. But the uniqueness to this was that they had inscribed the date for it. So this
Oh,
was
wow.
clearly done for the event. So it says Doha 7/12/2024.
So you can't use that ashtray again, basically. That's the
No,
problem.
no, you can. It is a memorabilia.
Oh, I see.
Well, no, what'll happen is those people that you were talking about earlier that are going to sell the cigars now are going to sell that ashtray,
Yes,
for,
exactly.
to say that
So,
they were,
so, so so
for
this,
cash.
this this ashtray was practically from Cigarte around $55. I'm guessing with this inscription, people are going to sell it for higher price and all that.
There you go.
Just a basic cutter with the Trinidad
Okay.
branding on it, and the Trinidad matches. So these were
I
there.
have Trinidad matches. I love them.
Yeah.
That's how we burn down the businesses we close. I mean, that's we use to like cigars. I'm sorry. So,
Uh-huh. So that was it, and you could
Very
have
nice.
seen, you could have noticed this beautiful lamp, which is on the side with.
Well, that's
Would
a
you-
lamp.
would you like to
bring it to the camera?
bring it to the camera? Let us see the lamp. Don't tease us like that. Don't be like a little freshman college girl. So,
So that
oh,
was
that's
the
pretty.
lamp. So
That's
Look at
Trinidad
that.
matching,
Yeah,
and this
I
is
like
the-
that.
I like that. That is really pretty.
And the good thing is these are also there on the table as individuals placed in front of everyone.
So you took one.
So again, you want them, you can take the box and they'll pack it for you.
Gotcha. Very nice. So well worth 500. Just say well worth $600. Very nice.
No. It's just the start. Wait.
Oh, there's
He
more.
hasn't spoken about cigars yet.
There's a
I
lot.
know that.
We've not even talked about anything. So with that, the formal welcome of the evening started and everything happened.
Okay.
With the chairman Zidane for Phoenicia and Walid talking about the event and their affiliation to Habanos and how they want to promote and thank. Yeah.
No, you carry on. I'm just amusing myself.
Mhm.
As he does many nights. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
So-
Okay.
Or it's like that. I'm switching off. Hang on.
Yeah. So post that, to post all of these speeches, and there was a beautiful array of some interesting dance choreography and all that stuff which happened. There was a lot of music, more toward the traditional side and all of that. And then started as they called the Robusto Extras chapter. Now, Robusto Extras is a cigar which was initially, in the absolute beginning, the cigar was named as Trinidad Robusto T, which was then discontinued a few years later in 2018, 2019. If I'm not wrong, 2019 was to be specific. It was launched in the name of Robusto's Extra, the same format, same vitola, but not as Robusto T, but Robusto's Extra, with an additional band, on the foot of the cigar. I will show it. Just give me a minute, and I'll show it. And with that, it was that, yeah, Steven's laughing. And it just came in travel humidor series. So these were just for duty-free retails. And in a composition of 14 cigars, because people who know Trinidad is very different and unique in even the Habanos portfolio, where most of the cigar boxes come in the concentrations of 10s, 20s, 25s, 50s, or 5s. Trinidad's always come in the composition of 12s and 24s, depending on which vitola are we talking. But for Robusto's Extra Travel Humidor, it was a travel humidor of 14 cigars, which was very unique. Very sought after and all that stuff. And since then, it was only in then. With this, they had relaunched the Trinidad Robusto's Extra in regular production, and the cigars have been brought into the whole thing. So while doing all of that, and we were sitting and we were talking and listening. I mean, as if I'm not wrong, so these are the two cigars which were given, a Trinidad Vihia and a Topaz in the beginning of the pack that we were talking about. So with that, there came a round of Robusto's Extra. So the Robusto's Extra was brought in, and we were given in that beautiful cigar. So this band are
Usman, can you bring the bands closer to the camera so that there is like no, just line it up with the camera. If you can move your finger from the second band, it's covering. No, your finger. That's it.
Your finger, not your hand.
Bring
There
it
you go.
closer.
Closer. You're ready for your close-up, Mr. DeMille.
Beautiful.
Okay,
Hang on, I'm gonna just get a snap.
Yeah.
If I can
That's
snap
beauty.
that snapped.
So if
That's
you
a
can
beauty.
see, this is the regular Trinidad band. This is the second band which was added especially for this year, which is the 55th Trinidad anniversary. And this is the third foot band which is already there. So the travel humidor does not have this third band or the middle band, which signifies the 55th anniversary. So this is a cigar which is a Robusto Extra, which means 50 ring gauge, and the size of a double Robusto. So that was given in to us along with now the pairing for this interesting cigar, which was done was Havana Club 7 years old and Havana Club 3 years old, and there was some apricot liqueur, uh, some other liqueurs and sodas and all that stuff. But and for the people who wanted the version drinks or not the
I got
alcoholic.
excited. You said virgin. I'm like, oh, I would have been there.
Oh,
So,
can I give you a sub note? Can I give you a sub note? You had the Havana Club 8 years, did you?
No, there was no 8 years. There's Havana
No,
Club
what was
seven.
it? Seven
Seven.
at okay.
And
7.
At AJ's event, we had the Havana Club 18 years.
oh wow.
Oh, excuse me. Very
So if
nice.
this was a competition,
Hmm.
you
And
know,
Yeah.
just saying.
Yeah.
yeah,
Not that he's trying to one up you, but
No,
yeah, of
it's
course.
not
just saying.
something.
Yeah.
Never, never. I would never do that.
There you
Right.
go.
So along with that, the food started coming in. I mean, the start was artichoke, octopus, and beluga caviar with some bread basket and all that stuff, followed
Standard.
by veal carpaccio and fresh black truffles uh,
Ooh.
served to everyone. Uh, when the Robustos extras came, it came with Canadian lobster butter, which was served to everyone and all that stuff. So once that was done, the fun part started even more because what started
Once that was done, that's when the fun started.
That's
no
when
no
the fun
no
starts.
yeah, after this the fun starts.
Up till now, this was not fun, was it?
Yeah,
There's no
it was just
Sounds
going on.
amazing. Sounds out of this world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it was
now
just
wait a minute.
going.
Did you get when you got to table 18, did they tell you you had to sit at table 18 or did you pick your own table?
Yes, sir. No. So as part of your pass on the phone, the
Yeah.
tables were mentioned.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So everything was super
Oh,
organized.
hang on, Usman. Usman, on that note, did you could choose who you were sitting with?
No, it goes with the how your registrations were done. So they have done it
Okay.
but so since all
No,
of
like
us,
if you had a
all of
group
us,
of three friends, how would you go and sit with them?
Yeah,
Would
like
you
if the
mix and
three of
match?
us registered and we
we
were there
registered together.
together,
So
how do we
that
do?
is why what we did was that we didn't. In addition to putting our registrations on the Phoenicia's website,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
we had contacted our dear friend and my very dear friend Jasim to help me out to get us all on the same table, who happens to be the Habanos Man of the Year for last year and a
Gotcha.
Cigar Ambassador, as well as someone who's a very dear friend. So and a man of influence in the Habanos network. So he was kind enough to get all of us 5, 6 friends adjusted on the same table.
Gotcha.
So that was done accordingly. So with that, once the food was being done, the Robusto's extra was served and all that, comes the second round where the CEO of the the machine-made cigars for Cuba came in to introduce the Trinidad shorts. Now, Trinidad
Oh,
are the shorts or machine-made cigars in a
right.
pack of which you can smoke and are very much like cigarettes kind of thing.
Okay.
Not to compare them with cigarettes, but like in terms of the size primarily.
All right.
Short smokes, very quick smokes, and all that stuff. So he introduced the shorts, and then a pack of Trinidad shorts was brought in for everyone and given to every single person on the table. Along with that, the music scene started to change in the background. And when I mean the music scene starts to change, previously it was performances primarily. Now comes one of the most famous singers and the old one, at least someone we or people like my age can resonate from the Middle Eastern side.
Oh,
Khalid.
who
Khalid.
was it?
Yes, sir. Didi, Khalid was there,
He's
and
not
that,
Middle Eastern, he's North African.
well, the Middle
Potato,
East,
potato.
yeah. Yeah. See, in most of the business context, it's always Mia,
That
Middle East.
that song was played at every Pakistani wedding for about 10 years.
Oh, yes, sir. It was. And that's when everyone was enjoying their food and cigars,
Right.
but the seats were kind of being left because people started to enjoy the evening dancing and all that stuff. So Khaled made
I
it
saw
one of
videos
the.
of you rocking out at that song.
Yeah. And I saw, and in the same video, you can watch somebody in the background stealing everybody's ashtrays. So it's an interesting video. While people are dancing, they're like, "Oh, take some extra ashtrays." I'll never
Steven
know.
has
Oh,
agents everywhere.
That's
just,
true.
just,
Yes.
just so that I tell you, the fun fact is those were not people stealing ashtrays. They were so vigilant that whenever the ashtrays had a bit of ash, they
Yep.
would come, take your ashtray, clean it, and put it back.
Yeah.
So
That's Middle East.
and yes, and the evening was so well organized. So these were 50 tables, 500 people. They
Wow.
had organized it in a way that you have the center stage, but you
Right.
have two big screens on right and left of the arena. So doesn't matter how you are located on your table, there is a big screen showing you everything happening on the stage as if
Nice.
this is the stage. So you don't have to turn back, and all the tables were placed in a way that they were in a crisscross manner with a triangular kind of or an angular format, so no one table was actually coming in front of the other table, so exact manner, and everyone has a clear view
Very
of what
nice.
you do, and nobody, so even when people get up from their tables and start dancing, there are no
Like you.
hindrance there are no hindrance to anyone behind them.
All right.
Kind
And
of
I
a
did
thing.
see him in his penguin suit. He looked very nice. He had
What
he
I
had the white he had the
liked,
white he had the white he had the white
I was going to say
virgin
this,
tux.
the off-white,
He had the
off
off white. I'm
white,
sorry, I didn't know I was
we call
racist.
it ivory. We call it
I
ivory.
excuse me. I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was racist.
Ivory dinner jacket.
Okay, sorry. He had the ivory dinner jacket and the black pants. He looked very good. And I know some people told me at table 16 they snapped their fingers and he brought them drinks.
What?
But he looked
Now, what I
very good
feel
in
he
it.
should have worn a red carnation, a bit like
Yeah.
Indiana Jones
Oh,
and
yeah, with a fedora.
the Temple
With a
of
fedora.
Doom
Yeah,
and
with a
and
fedora.
fedora.
Oh, that would have been beauty.
Fedora is for some other kind of people, but Osman
Now,
is.
That's
now that you've talked about the table 16, I will definitely mention who was on table 16 because I was going to mention him in a little while, but I
okay.
will.
Okay.
The gentleman named Ellen Crevitt,
Mm,
who happens to be the CEO of St. Dupont,
very nice.
along with his entire team, was there. And because these were zigzag tables, so
Yeah.
technically table 16 was closer to the table 18 as compared to the table 17.
All
And
right.
since we happened to know a couple of his team members, so we went in and we had that quick bit chat, talked about the products and all that stuff. Very, very cool guy. Last night, my dear friend Laura Buse, who has a channel Havana News, has done a long, detailed interview with Ellen, which is come up
Yes.
as well. So anyone who wants to watch it, please do watch the show from that perspective. So with that happening comes the Wagyu short ribs. When we talk about the Wagyu, the next meal, it was Wagyu, and short ribs were brought in. People
Okay.
sat down once again to have dinner. Music was on. People were enjoying Khaled. And with that comes the, as they say, star of the evening or the edición limitada for 2024. Trinidad Cabildo's the official regular production and regular release.
There you go. Hold a little down a little.
Hey, hang
Down
on.
a little. There you
Osman,
go.
wait,
Don't move.
wait. I want Osman. If you can hold it lower, I want your face. There you go. I want your
There you
face as well. Ready?
There you go.
Wait.
Snappity snap. Done.
Cut. There you go. One more
Save
time.
to
We're
photos.
we're using this for Interpol. Don't worry about it. Very good.
Right.
Beauty.
So if somebody notices it in the Trinidad Cabildo's premier boxes launched in July, which were done for Hunters and Francois, those were not the regular boxes. So there was a line mentioning premier on this band, which is the Edición Limitada. This is the first time they've actually officially released the boxes of 12 of Trinidad as they are supposed to come. of Trinidad Cabildos. Hence, this one does not say the premier on the line, and this is the official available to the entire world cigar now from now onwards. Once that was launched on the 7th of December,
Very
it's
nice.
Stephen will note that the addition of a few more letters of printing increased the value of the cigar by 300%.
That's, that's very true. Unfortunately, right? Hey, by the way, last week I just so the fans know we talked about the I don't not to get off Trinidad. We talked about the Monte Cristos and what they cost in London. I'll give a shout out to EGM. EGM for what you paid for one cigar, you can get 3 of those
Agreed.
on their website. Rizza.
Mhm.
Just to let you know,
You get 3 of what?
the Masters,
Open Master.
Monte Cristo Masters that you talked about last week on the show.
Yeah.
I hate the old timers. It just kicks in. But last week we talked about the Masters from Monte Cristo, and you were talking about the Eagle and the hello, Grandpa. But on the EGM site, I went and looked, and maybe I ordered some. But you can get those, and what you were telling me you paid for one, I got 3.
Well, aren't you a lucky bunny? The thing is
No,
but have you actually smoked one, by the way?
it takes 6 weeks for them to come from Switzerland. I'm hoping it comes with a
I
pack
think
this
it might
time.
be worth the wait because
Okay.
those dried leaves taste better than the dried leaves that you're having right now.
Oh wow! Well, and this is their cigar. Great. They're not going to be a sponsor now. Thanks. So,
But they're bang for buck. But they're bang for buck.
Uh,
We'll keep this conversation a little bit. I want Usman to finish the.
I do
Trinidad.
too. It just hit me
All
when he
right.
was talking about that. So
Perfectly fine. No worries at all. So after that,
Yes.
and so comes one of the most exotic ways of serving a dessert.
So one of the most exotic women. But
No.
anyway.
Well, okay. So on that note, all
Yes,
these
yes.
cigars were coming in trays, which were actually being served by all these exotic women. You want to say?
or lady boys. We don't know, but go ahead.
Well, the fact that we were in Qatar, I'm very certain they were actually women, and it wasn't Bangkok, or else I would have agreed to what you said.
That's right. There you go.
So I'm very clear on what was happening.
Okay.
Now comes this beautiful box, like absolutely beautiful box. And I was like, "What's this?" It was a giant size box. If somebody has seen
the box.
I got a little worried there too. You know.
somebody has seen the 40 count or 50 count Zycar travel humidors, like the big ones. It was exactly that big a size of a box.
Wow.
So brought in front of everyone. I was like, okay, maybe that is the giveaway gift. But there was a card that they gave us at the registration that while you're leaving, you have to show this card and they will give you your handover gift. Like, what is this? So I opened it up, and there is a amazingly done dessert in the form of a cigar, a chocolate ice cream in the form of a cigar with Trinidad Cabildos written on it, served in
I'm glad there were no gimmicks at your event.
white. It was white ashtray on which it was, and there was dry ice. So you open it up, it just comes out as, and you could actually see that they had put in a lot of effort and thought into the whole thing to make it an absolutely amazing and exquisite and a memorable kind of an evening.
Very nice.
Yeah. So along with that comes the ultimate OG cigar from the Trinidad brand, which
Honduras.
Yes.
There it is. Wow, look at that.
Here comes the Trinidad Honduras.
Very
so
nice.
This was now practically, if you remember, this was practically the 5th cigar of the night that was given to us, along with a pack of shorts, Trinidad shorts, which is a pack of 10 shorts or 10 small cigars. So that was it, and with that, the desserts ended and everything, and then they started to come to kind of remove the cutlery and everything from the table, so the tables are clean for the musical performance in the after party to start. And the most fun bit about that was that the after party and the music was performed, and the musical performance was performed by the group of musicians called the Managers. And
Okay.
the Managers was led by no one else but the CEO of St. Dupont, Ellen Previtt. So
Very
it's
nice.
and his team members and friends who are very much into music and rock and roll and all that stuff. So they started their whole thing. I've put in some videos and stories on my Instagram where he came in and exactly. So he said, "Well, I'm gonna start the show and all that stuff, but obviously let me light up a cigar." Obviously with a Dupont lighter, and there comes the cling and
Yep.
starts the music. So drum roll and everything. And since Trinidad was born in 1969, they started with what song? Summer of 1969.
The summer of
And
'69.
yeah,
I was hoping like another one bites the dust. But
Who
anyway,
was the
that's
summer of
right.
'69? Was it by the Eagles?
the Eagles.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
summer
sir.
of
Don
69.
Henley and the Eagles.
Yes, sir. So they started off, and there was like a lot, and that's when people started dancing and all that stuff. Along with that, on the tables comes big cheese boards. So like 3 to 4 cheese boards for a table of 10, and there was like, so you're enjoying the music, you want to have, and so that was going on. In the background, on the initial area where we were mingling before coming into the main arena, were a grade 9 torcedor cigar roller who was there, who was rolling live cigars as well. So you could go
Wow.
and tell them if you want to go for a Fundadores, like as in a Lancero or a Robusto or a Robusto Extra. So he would roll you a cigar
Wow.
live on there. And so this entire thing continued till around 12:30 in the morning.
That's
When
past your bedtime.
yeah, well, not mine. Yeah.
When did the event start? How long are we talking about?
7 o'clock. It started at 7. You got there at
I
7,
was,
and now
I
it's
was
12.
there at 7. The official evening started at 7:30.
Yeah.
So if you talk about like from 7 to 12:30, around 5.5 hours,
Okay.
Wow.
I can tell you I
€100 an hour. Look at it that way. There you go.
so I don't really know how the 5 hours or 5.5 hours passed. I have no recollection. It just
Question.
went
No. Question. You will remember this. How many? First
Kiss
of
is
all,
just a
what
kiss.
did you smoke during? What did you personally smoke during those 5 hours? That's
I
the
was
question.
gonna come to this question, and I was gonna say
No, but I'm asking the question.
yeah. So everyone's gonna say, what
So
the
did
hell?
you have an EGM Lancero during this event, or did you have something? No, seriously, what Trinidad did you
What did
smoke
you
during this
smoke?
event?
Nada is my
Nothing.
answer. I did not see. The fun fact is, I was so much engrossed into the event and the
Right.
evening and meeting of people, and I was so overwhelmed.
How could you? No,
I
I
was
don't get
so
it.
much enjoying the everything. See, I'll tell you what. I think
Okay.
I made the right decision of not smoking any of the cigars that were given, because all the feedback I got was that since the cigars have traveled all the way and everything,
Yeah, they
and
need to be rested first. They need to.
they needed to be rested, and a lot of people had that comment. So I was like, okay, fine, I didn't.
Right.
And from the one day before of all the parties and the pre-parties and the post-parties that we were doing,
Right.
and this morning, because we were up from like 9 o'clock, meeting Havana News, Lauren Buse at 9 o'clock, and then we met Alexander's groom, the writer of El Habano Moderno or the Cuban Cigar website. So it was like smoking. So, and I was kind of keeping myself in check that I will smoke a Cabildo. But by the time the Cabildo came, I was so much enjoying the event, and I was so much
Right.
doing all that videography. I really did not feel like smoking a cigar, but enjoying myself in the whole event. And I think I didn't miss a single thing. Rather, I have better memories of everything. And now
Right.
when I have any of those cigars, I would really enjoy that. So to put in terms of a summary, these were
Hold
the
on.
5.
Let's get a close up of these. Oh, look, that's he's got to get a picture. Look at that. That's a beauty, my friend. That is a beauty.
These were the 5 cigars that were given during the event.
Okay.
Right.
I am a little bit disappointed with you. I know.
There's a
I
shocker.
know.
No, only from the perspective
Of
that
not
I
smoking.
feel that whether you smoked it properly or not, you should have had a lit cigar running throughout the event.
I know what
And
you mean.
that is,
You could have had
and
the roller you
well,
something.
it's very interesting. It's very interesting, and to hear that you didn't smoke. And also, I think we benefited more from you not smoking because you were focusing
Yes.
on the videoing, you were
Yep.
focusing on the interviews, you were focusing on content generation, right?
Yes.
But part of that content generation would have been you standing casually off shot, smoking a decent cigar, a
I
bit
agree.
like Marlon Brando
There
in
we go.
smoking a cigarette in toga costume. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Beautiful.
I do.
That kind
I
of
do
thing.
understand. I don't deny what you're saying, and
Yes,
I
sir.
agree with you on that part. But I also feel this kind of allowed me more to enjoy the event, and maybe the cigar intake and a lot of tobacco rush or from the day before, and that
Yeah.
excitement was too much that I it actually
You were a
helped
bit
me.
cigared out. Actually, you were a bit cigared out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and it also helped me to be actually very much present and enjoy the post party after the post party. So when I say
Right,
the
right,
post
right.
party, so there was this post
Well
party.
into the morning.
Yes, exactly. So this ended at 12:30, where all of like close friends, about 40, 50 of us, decided,
Right.
okay, what are we doing? We're going there for the after party. And that's when I sat down, relaxed, nothing in to be done. And that's when I lit up my cigar,
Gotcha.
uh, and I smoked one of my all-time favorites, Robustos, which is the Cohiba Robusto from 2019, and
Gotcha.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. But the whole thing is not ended yet. After this, when we were leaving, we had a small card that we were supposed to give back. I gave it back to get this big bag that you would be seeing,
You see
which,
the
which yeah, which was given to us. Now, in this big bag were a few goodies.
okay.
One of the goodies was this, yeah,
There you go.
this this pack of 200 shots, so 10 in 10 concentration
Wow.
Trinidad shots.
You're never
Uh,
gonna run out of cigars, my friend.
yep. So just so that you can see, this is a
Oh,
pack
very
of
nice.
Trinidad. This is a pack of Trinidad shorts.
Okay.
In the market, it's for around 200 or so, like $28. So 10 of these were there in the box.
Okay.
There was this interesting voucher for the Qatar duty free. So they had partnered so well that when you were exiting the Qatar duty free, you could avail a discount of 15%
On
off.
Nice.
anything.
Pardon?
On anything. Anything in
Well,
duty free.
yes, that was a disappointment because when you read the back of the card, and they had sent us an email that in your bag there would be a 15% voucher. So everyone was looking that, okay, there would be some discounts on the duty free. But
Yeah.
when we look in the back, it says in addition to all that, I mean, one, it was going to be active from 8th till the 11th of December, which means right after the event. So anyone who's come for the event was only going to get this.
Right.
But it says it's non-refundable and cannot be exchanged. Fine. But the voucher is not valid for use at the following stores. And the exclusions, the first exclusion was electronics, and the second one was tobacco. And we're like, what the hell do you want to use it for? And then
Right.
then a lot of watches and a lot of jewelry products and the sunglasses and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
practically all of us got disappointed by seeing this, thinking that the only places left where you can
Hang
use
on,
it
watches and
is
jewelry were excluded. Watches and jewelry were excluded or were included.
Wow.
everything was
What could you
included.
use it at? Food?
So no, I still haven't.
So
No, hang on, hang on. Be clear.
practically, the reason this is with me is practically because the only thing this would have meant to be used on is food, chocolates, and water. So
Useless.
I don't need that.
That's
Fine.
useless. Hey,
Yeah.
Qatar government. And listen, I love Qatar. I go there. I like it. I love the airport. I literally love it. You gotta step up your game. You gotta make it for cigars and watches and
I
things.
had when I came to see Usman a couple of years ago. I had a half an hour delay on my flight. They gave me a $200 voucher.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, you're
So,
special. You ride a bus.
well,
I cut. No, I found
so
that
with this,
Doha is like the
Yeah.
most efficient place when it comes
Yeah.
to things like
I'm
that.
gonna come to that. I'm gonna come to that in a little bit.
I'm sure you are.
So with that
Yeah.
was this small lighter, which was
Oh,
also
very
given.
nice.
Yeah. So this was a Trinidad branded lighter, which is a
Okay.
soft flame lighter.
Okay.
And I think it's a pretty decent lighter. Well, yes, it might be that it's just like $20-$30, but it's a good lighter.
He's going to be
To
regifting that. You know what you're getting for Christmas this year,
yeah,
Reza.
yeah.
So,
Okay. Now, in addition to that,
yes.
comes
Oh,
this big box out of that entire black.
wow. Okay.
And this big box has another ashtray.
Mm,
The
wow.
three-person
That's
ashtray.
beautiful.
This is a three-person ashtray with,
Yeah.
again, Doha inscribed on it, 7/12/2024. These ashtrays were also available at Cigar for $180. I'm sure people are gonna sell these if they don't want to keep them as a collector item for themselves later
Right.
at a much higher price.
Yeah.
So this,
Someone in London is selling it for £1,000.
oh my god.
Yeah. Communist
Shall I
bastards.
send you the location? Shall I send you the
No,
location?
don't. Let me finish the Trinidad rant first. Then you can start the rant. Okay, and then and then comes the last box, which comes out of that bag. Now, this was
Okay.
a beautifully done box, which if I'm gonna open it, so I'm gonna take this thing out. Oh, my bad. Yep. So this is the Trinidad 55th in that cardboard black box,
Okay.
which has, you open it
Right.
and you take this paper off.
Wow.
And
That's pretty.
5 more cigars in it.
Bloody hell.
Wow.
So this
Very
is
nice.
Honduras. This is another Cabildo, a Trinidad Robusto Extra. In this one, instead of the Topaz that we
Topaz.
got in the beginning, this is an Esmeralda and a Vihia. But it
Wow.
doesn't stop here. It also comes with ST Dupont Mega Jet, also branded for the event. 55.
That's a
Nice.
cool one. That's a cool one.
Yeah. So
I'm saying that that whole presentation pack is a very cool one.
Very nice.
absolutely. So when I talk about this, and we see the entire things that have been given, the gifts and all of that.
You made a mistake. I can already tell you the mistake. I can
Which
tell you
is?
the mistake right now.
Tell us.
Not smoking.
I would have loved for Usman to have got all his friends in the social media world to have signed the box.
Oh, that would have been nice. But we're not there. So
No.
it
No,
has no value then.
that's a post.
Raza,
That's a post.
I know what you're saying. The thing is, this entire bag was given to everyone on the exit.
On the exit. Yeah.
Agreed.
So
Agreed.
you would have not even opened the bag.
No problem. No problem. But any paraphernalia that you got during the event, like or the box, it would be so great if you had people sign it, because that, I don't think most people have had presence of mind to do that.
I know that.
Right.
And that
And
would
they
be
never
a
would have sold
cool.
Yeah.
Even if you spoke with cigars, even if you the memento in itself would be a great, like whether it was the El Moderno Habano book, for example,
Yes.
right? Open it and get everyone to sign it.
No, so for the El Habano Moderno,
Yeah.
because when I got the El Habano Moderno, it's signed by Alexander Groom himself.
No, this I understand, but
And
everyone else.
now that I met him,
Yeah.
he signed his business card specifically and gave it to me, which I'm gonna paste it on that. Initially, I was willing to take that book with me. I took it to the airport, but unfortunately, I couldn't figure out the whole thing. And last minute, my luggage went overweight, so I had to leave the book because the book itself is about 6.5 kgs.
My
Did you
goodness.
get the book back?
Pardon?
Did you get the book back?
Of course. I mean, I had the connection, so I left the book back at the airport
Okay.
with a friend's connection, and on my way back, the book was given and handed over back to me, so it was safe and all that stuff. So all in all, if I now summarize the event, paying $580 for the event, we were given 2 Trinidad Fundadoras, which is $228 because it's $115 a stick. We were given 2 Trinidad Robustos extras, which is $260 because it's $130 a stick. We were given two Trinidad Cabildos for $228, which is $114 a stick.
Right.
An Esmeralda, which is around $75. Topaz, which is around $65. Two Vihiyas, which are around $110. In addition to that, a pack of shorts, which is $28, and then a big box of 10 shorts,
280.
$80.
So you're at
Uh,
$1,200 so far.
yeah, yeah. So a big,
Ashtrays.
yeah, I mean,
Ashtrays.
a big ashtray of $180. The bigger one, the smaller one for $55. Another lighter for about $30, and
Dupont lighter.
yeah, so Dupont lighter, which is $240. And in addition to that, don't miss the fact that it was a 6-course meal with world-renowned singers performing and all that stuff. So even if you cheapskated and you just put a very nominal value, it would
$2,000.
no, I would
No,
say
15. It's 15 to it's 15. The cigars alone that he just gave us with the lighters and whatever is about 15 to 1600 US.
yes,
If
sir.
you start counting everything else,
So I'm
whatever,
gonna
just the cigars alone, you paid for yourself.
yeah. So I'm gonna put 300. So as Laura put the value, I'm just gonna use the same value, $300 for the event and the dinner and all that stuff. This entire thing comes to be around more than $2,100
Yeah.
worth of
Not bad.
yeah. So practically for 550 euros, you were given back somewhere around 2,100 euros
Not
worth
bad.
of
But
entertainment.
if you look at the no, but if you look at the bag behind you and you were to put the whole package together, right, as opposed to the individual items, as a memento pack in the reseller market,
Oh God.
for those who resell this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And if you resell it maybe 10 years time, there's a haul.
Of
If
course, of course. I totally get what you're saying. And so that's the whole.
personally, I would have smoked most of the cigars in the evening.
Well, of course.
Of course.
I
By the
know.
way, before this runs out, there you go,
Yeah.
boys. There's a
Are you
the
enjoying it?
EGM.
Are you enjoying it?
It's very. Can I tell you? It's very, very nice. It has a more full body than the Robusto that I smoked last week on the show. Next week I'm going to smoke I've one of the larger ones again and see how that one goes.
Oh, you.
During the week though, I did have a Davidoff after hour Churchill because I like those. So yeah, I like it. This long one. It'll be my go-to cigar, I think, if they can get it here in one piece.
Mhm.
So
So this was a short, well, not so short, update on the Trinity of Trinidad in Doha,
it was
Qatar.
good though because
It
people
was
that couldn't make it,
yeah. Uh-huh.
So now next year, like if
It
Riza and
was-
I and you want to go because you're the
yes.
celebrity and we're just tag-alongs,
Mhm.
will they accept the two of us or are we not famous enough?
Of course, you'll be the ones who will
They'll
actually
have to
go and
separate us and
advertise
put
to
us on
you.
different tables so we don't fight.
No, no,
We'll
that
the
won't
same
happen.
table and steal his stuff. Stop it.
Yeah. Yeah. So we will figure that out. The the next event by Habanos, which is coming right at the beginning of next year, is the 2025 Habanos Festival towards the end of February.
That's in Cuba,
That's in Cuba, which is a 5 days event.
right?
I'm very certain that after that, next year there will be at least 2 events because next year they are celebrating it as the year of the Behike because the Cohiba Behike completes 15 years. So I'm
Right.
very certain it will not be the only event, and there will be at least 2 events planned during the year for the celebration of Cohiba Behike, which would be probably one in the territory of Phoenicia, which means either any of the Middle Eastern countries or Greece or some African country, and one definitely somewhere in UK because
Right.
Hunter's is big as well. Might as well they might even have more events, but I'm very certain there will be 3.
There we go. Hunter's Christmas card. Hunter's
Ooh,
Christmas card.
Oh, listen, we're not dropping names now, are we? There you go. Point it
no,
out to
no,
everybody.
From Jimmy McGee
oh,
Yeah, very
nice.
nice. There you go. There you go.
with a raft of cigars that I hammered through the cigars. I smoked all 5 or 6 cigars in a
Very
day and a
nice.
half. You know the way I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we do know that.
Yes, we're aware of how you are. Yes, very aware. All good.
Mhm.
So, but that's
I
very
would have
nice. I
liked to
mean,
walk around. I would have
So
liked to walk around and see.
now,
Go on.
before that,
yeah, yeah.
so once the event was done, we again, as I said, we decided for an after party.
Okay.
So all of us went to another nice hotel and lounge, and a lot of us friends. I mean, friends from Switzerland, friends from Italy, friends from Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, UAE, Pakistan, India, Germany. Many of us, we were at Turkey. So we gathered to smoke cigars, lots of laughter. You could see everyone is dressed up, coming right from the party and all that stuff. So that party ended around at 3 o'clock when I got a very interesting call from another friend of mine asking, "So, where are you?" I was like, "I'm just finishing this." "Oh, why don't you come to Hyatt?" And I was like, "Okay, what's happening?" "The after party." I was like, "I was at an after party. This is the after party of an after party." I was like, "Okay." So there I go. That was a more of a cozy after party, sit down. So we were like 10, 15 of us. The CEO of Initia, Walid, was there. My dear friend Sarah from Italy, who's one of the official influencers of Habanos. She was there. My instructor, Alexandra Avilar, who is the Hombre Habano in communication for 2020, as well as the correspondent for Cigar Journal for Latin America, and one of the judges for the Habanos World Challenge. He was there. Nicola Pelleggi from the Habanos Club Italy was there. Big Smoke Ali Alami from Kuwait was there, and few other people. So that was like one of those extremely calm, peaceful last smoke where I finished my Cohiba Robusto.
Yeah, but that
And
was
we,
your first smoke. That was basically your first smoke of the evening.
no, well, yes, in the evening. We finished somewhere around quarter to 5 in the morning. And that's how the day ended.
Very nice.
Mhm.
Now we're all jealous that we didn't go.
Mhm. And the fun part about these all these events is all these in addition to this event, all the pre-parties and the post-parties. So we reached a day earlier, and a day earlier when I reached, there were like again lineups of meetups. I mean, meetups with my Kuwaiti friends, meetup with my instructor, meetup with an evening at the place called Smoke and Mirrors in another lounge where all of us gathered. So a lot of sharing of cigars happening. I mean, if I'm not wrong, I went with around 35 cigars with me on me, and I smoked on that day. I smoked at least 4 cigars, 5 cigars. I mean, I started off with the Trinidad Topaz 2016 limited edition,
Wow.
followed by one of the most unique and rare finds in the Trinidad portfolio, which was the Trinidad Casilda, the Habanos book collection, which is again a 3.5 hours of a cigar, big enough, massive cigar. So I smoked that one through, and then I finished it off with a Polo Niaga ER France, which was given to me by Laura for that evening. So that went through. So practically all that night, and that the last cigar I smoked was around finished around like 4:30 in the morning. And then my first cigar was lit at like 10 o'clock in the morning, which was an H. Upton Magnum 50, followed by another H. Upton Magnum 50 in the afternoon. So I think that's what built it up for me not to smoke that day, and actually allowed me to more of be involved into the event.
Right.
But I think putting a lot of faces to the names when it comes to e-friends or the Insta friends or the social media friends becoming your actual friends and getting to know them and
So
smoking with them.
reverse, you reverse it upside down.
Yeah,
Normally you meet people, you become friends on social media, but
actually,
you have social media friends you meet in person.
yeah. So in person, when you meet them, when you get a chance to smoke with them in these private herbs, that is an experience of its own kind, and you kind of like, yes, you have your numbers exchange and all that stuff. That's why they've all reached there. But then it comes to, oh, you're making this, tag me in here, do
Right,
that
right.
collab thing and all that. So it becomes more of a fun thing, and everyone enjoying eating together, smoking together, chatting together about common things, a lot of things happening, and knowing more about each other. is what I enjoy the more in these kind of events. So technically, the camaraderie that comes along is something which I really love. So 2 days of absolute fun, and I have some great memories of it.
Very nice. Well, that's good. So the nice thing is the fans now will know what it was like to go to a private event. So
Yeah,
there you go. And they next week they get to join us on what we think are the best 2024 cigars that we smoked.
absolutely,
So
absolutely.
yeah, so this was I like this. I'm sorry I didn't get to go, but I had other things to do. Take over another small third world country like usual. And, hang out with Elon, things. So there you go. And it was
Riff,
good though. I
riff
like
with
that.
me. Riff with me.
I did. We did. We last week's show. Can I tell you? We had a great time. Rizzo was held
When
hostage.
you again put me on Viagra, okay, go on.
Listen, anytime you don't make the show, I'm going to put you on
I
Viagra.
stick up for you, Usman. I
He did.
stick up for
He did.
you.
He did
I
say that
stick up for you.
He did. He did stick up for you. He said it's not true. Usman's at a wedding, and then he's going to take Viagra later. So he did say that, which I thought was very nice. And then we talked. We've been joking about the embargo with Cuba and the U.S. And we told and we put out all those shorts that do very well. And I was joking,
Yeah.
and I said we got a guy who made a comment that said, "That's horrible. How could you say this? How do you associate with these people?" And like literally went on a diatribe in the comment section. I go, "You realize the three of us are all in on this joke." And his comment after that was, "Oh, well, then that's very funny." And I'm thinking to myself, seriously, like because they watched the one video where I said, Trump's going to lift the embargo, and you're like, oh, and that's the one we put out, and everyone was like, oh my God, blah blah blah. And I'm like, at the very end, I was like, we're all in on it, right? We realize that's not happening because I'm going to be the cigar czar apparently. So there you go.
Let me say at a personal level, the
Yeah.
one coolest thing about Usman being right in the middle of this event,
Yeah.
is that social media to one side, right?
Yeah.
I know a few cigar smokers. I know a few social media people. This man stamped his name right where it fucking belongs. I'll be very honest with you.
Yeah.
I get very excited when people that I know and I like stamp their presence. And I'm saying this in a very serious way. There's no joking here.
Yeah.
Usman stamping his name in that place, in that crowd, in that circuit, in that community, in person, makes me exceedingly happy. We feel
Yes.
like one of our own
Yeah.
is kicking ass, as they
Right.
say. Right.
Yes.
And I do say this one more time, if anyone heard this before or not. If you want the full coverage of that event and
Yep.
and a sort of a litmus test of that industry, go to Usman's Instagram, look at all the social media posts that he's done. By the
Yep.
way, Usman is very, very proactive on Cigar Keep as well.
Yep.
I won't say he's a Cigar Keep ambassador. I would say he's a capital regime at Cigar Keep,
Yes.
which means that he's got a bit of flex,
Yeah.
right? Okay, and you will see a lot of write up on Cigar Keep. So that's cigar-keep.com.
Yeah.
And you will see a lot of the articles and coverage. Um, dare I say it, one of the most, if not the most proactive cigar aficionados covering the full fucking range, whether it's
Yes.
cigars, accessories, events. Uh, that is a very, very cool. Usman, can I have your autograph, please?
Yes.
And
For
for the
that,
people,
Stephen, for that, may I humbly request that you fly down to Pakistan?
Fucking hell! All these fucking
And I
requests.
would
All
sign
these
it.
fucking requests, man. This is requests.
Yeah.
Just fucking tell me. Get on the fucking plane and come.
How
he
many
has
times?
several times.
How many,
So
how many times
polite.
have I
So
done that? And it
polite.
hasn't
Politeness
worked?
doesn't
No.
work with me. Politeness does not work with me. Just fucking say it.
Yeah.
Look, get your
As
little
a-
limp
as a-
ass on the
as
plane.
Oh,
a-
you fucking idiot. Get over here.
Well, the problem is you're elder than me, so you know my basic.
Forget all this elder business. Elder than me. I'm elder than most people that you met at that fucking event.
That's
Well,
true.
not really. Actually, they were a few older than you, man.
Yeah, listen. I've seen some of the pictures. Some of them came in on wheelchairs and oxygen tanks. So yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
I'll be on. I'll be on that soon. Trust
I
me.
know.
In
Usman and I have a bet on when it is. So speed it up and trying to win some money.
Yeah.
The thing is,
In addition to sorry, Stephen, I'm just gonna.
oh, go ahead.
In addition to all what is Raza has mentioned, the coverage of the event is also available on my YouTube channel, which is also Cigar Guy PK. And so that's a 15 to 16 minutes coverage of the entire event put in there as well. So anyone who wants to watch it through Insta or through that, they can just watch it. Sorry,
And what
Stephen.
we're going to do, and we'll talk
I'm
about this.
glad you gave me shout outs during the event. Oh no, you didn't. Leave that.
No, that's right. And what we'll
But
do, and
I
what we can
actually
do,
called you.
yeah. What we'll do,
So what? So what?
we'll talk
I get
about this,
marketing people calling me.
and we'll talk about this off
Cool.
air. Is that Usman may give us the village, and we'll put it on our channel as well. So we'll discuss this off air. We'll have David do that because David's got nothing to do for the holidays except sit around and touch himself and sing show
for a
tunes.
small fee.
Yeah, Usman will pay us a small fee. Don't worry about that. I'm a Jew.
I know that.
So, yeah, that's the way it works. So the important thing is for the fans that are just watching
Passive
the show for the
aggression.
first time, or whatever it might be. Usman is world famous as a sommelier. So the fact that we get to do this with him every Saturday, not only are we all friends, but we're very lucky because
Are you
we get to
fucking
take
joking?
occupancy
As a
time.
sommelier, he's. You know what?
Is it?
In terms of overall coverage, I think he's top of the game. And
Is
I
it?
kid you, that's by the way, that's me being very serious. There's no joking, there's no jabbing here. I'm watching. I'm very good at picking the winners on things like this. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's the guy. That's why he's here, and he's our friend. And so the fact that he comes every Saturday and he gets to riff with us and have a good time and tell us what we need to know about cigars for the average person that doesn't know anything or that knows enough. This man's in the encyclopedia.
Yeah. Average
So well, we like
in terms of picking winners, I mean, of course, Raza picked up the president for US as well. Thank you, Mr. Trump.
I picked the winners.
Yeah. Donnie's coming on the show in a couple of weeks. We've already spoken, so it's good.
Oh wow!
They talk about the Cuban embargo.
Do you want to change this from a joke into something serious?
Once again,
One way or another. I kid you not. You're right. You know what? I get a bit pissed off when people, try me on when it comes. We'll get him on the show.
I'm sure.
You think this is just riffing and joking? Yeah. Just watch.
Yeah. We will. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, your mouths will drop. Both of you be just sitting there quietly wondering what the fuck happened there.
And you know what? And all I want to know from Donnie is, can I be the cigar czar? Because I need to go to Cuba and bring the peace so we can have all the cigars.
The Cesar.
The Cesar. Oh, I like that. I'm going to be the Cesar. And so that AI picks this up as a short. Once again, everybody, Donald Trump has announced, because it's real news. We're saying it on the internet. There'll be no more Cuban embargo.
I want you to say one more time that I picked the winner. I want you to say
you picked the winners.
Donald Trump a year before he was running.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, you picked the winners.
Now that's a bit of a stretch. So the Joker kicks in. We understand it's all right.
The most famous Dupont on Instagram.
Yes, sir.
Very nice.
Fuck everyone, yeah? The most famous Dupont on Instagram.
Very nice.
By a long fucking way.
Okay.
By a long fucking way.
We get it. You are a soothsayer. We understand that.
He's gonna come at us our throats otherwise.
I've got people who give me a sideways look when they see that, right? Okay. Right?
Really?
It's been around, it's been on Instagram, it's not even mine actually anymore, right? Okay. It belongs to my daughter who said, "Dad, when you're dead, that's mine."
Oh shit.
Right? She didn't mince her words. She didn't say actually calls me Abba, right? Abba is Dad. Abba, when you're dead, that's my lighter. I said, Donnie, you can have it now. I'm just borrowing it until I'm dead.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, it was nothing polite. Like, my dear father, when you pass away, would you, Abba, when you're dead, that's mine.
When I did speak, is that the one that's the one who's the journalist?
At the end of the day.
No. This is the next one. This is so her name is Maria. I'll give Maria a shout out.
Second one? Is that the second one?
That's the second one. Now she's
second ones are very direct. And in any case, to her credit,
If
she's your daughter. She's gonna be like as direct as you are. At
Usman,
least.
if you know Jose Cure London, J Cure
Uh-huh.
London, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Jose very kindly presented me with the carbon edition of the
Oh,
so this is the carbon edition, right?
very
So
nice.
there's a lot of gadgets in this.
Right.
It looks like a very simple piece of engineering, but there's like, for example, I show you before. There's my
Yep.
favorite cigar
Over.
spear because it's got two prongs. So it means the cigar doesn't twist. I think I showed this before. It's got kind of a perfect draw as well,
Right. My
Oh, no.
proctologist has that too. Yeah.
and then it's got punches as well. Anyway, that aside, he did an alligator skin covered lighter with Maria's initials on it. Well, actually, Maria's
Wow.
name on it, and presented it to her. So she is enamored, and I don't know if she smokes cigars yet or not. I was hoping she'd have her first cigar with me.
Right.
Enamored with cigar lighters, and then she had her eye on
Your
my
lighter.
Joker. I don't even call it a Dupont or anything like that. It's just the Joker, right?
Joker.
That's my personality. Okay,
Right.
but the Dupont thing gets me going a little bit. I'm not particularly enamored with some of their new designs, right? I'm a little
Mhm.
bit critical. If I don't like something, I say I don't like it. But
Yeah.
this is a conversation perhaps for next time. When we
Yeah.
round out 2024, we'll go with the highs and the
And the
lows. We'll
lows.
go with the
Oh, there's a lot
roses
of
and the
lows.
Let's do that.
thorns.
Yeah. I agree
Let's
with
do
that.
that.
I agree
Yeah.
with that. It's you could tell we haven't seen each other in like as like three
Oh
of us
yes.
in 2 or 3
Oh
weeks
yes.
because we're trying to nobody like we have to catch up and it's like we got more, we got more. So
Because practically I've been away after the first show of December. So I wasn't there on the 17th. I wasn't there on the 14th. So
right
yeah,
today
there
and
was
then
not,
and now will
there
you
was
be
not
here? You'll be here next Saturday.
absolutely I will.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
next Saturday for the
Absolutely.
fans
The
that are
highs and lows
watching.
of 2024 in
Yep.
cigar smoking world.
Okay. Well,
I,
and
I,
you know
I'll
one of those is
probably
going.
I'll probably try to smoke one of those favorite cigars of mine for this year.
Oh, very
Uh,
nice.
yeah. So yeah, let's do. And when we say the favorite cigars of the year, my categorization is generally amongst the regular production cigars because all
Right.
these regional editions, all these limited editions are like once off or special releases.
Right.
For me,
So
a special cigar is also always something which is a regular production and can be available
Mhm.
and has made its mark amongst the whole thing. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna
I
smoke one
agree.
of those.
and I'll go in the opposite direction. I'll smoke something fucking special.
Oh, good.
To cap off the
Great.
year, I'll go for an edition limitada, a regional
Oh,
edition. I'll go
Okay.
for a big ass smoke that will round off the year nicely. I actually thought it would have been the part of the gas Lusitania Grand Reserva that I already smoked earlier this week, but it seems that for this show, which is far more important, I'll smoke something cool, 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 too cool for school.
Nice.
mm.
Very
And
nice.
I will get a top master of Habanos in London to pick it for me.
Wow. And
Which
then
is
you'll be dropping his name next week, like usual. Okay, that's fine.
I don't need to. Everyone knows who I like and everyone knows who I
I know.
dislike. I'm a man of
Oh, I
like
know.
and dislike.
he's gonna ask Christian who else. We know
Yeah.
that well.
Yeah, Christian watches this show every Saturday just to go, okay, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. He's gonna
Yeah.
mention Tom, he's
That
gonna
guy,
mention
no, I'll tell you
Tom
something.
96
That guy,
times.
Christian is a. I like this term. I like to find hidden gems.
Yes,
Usman knows that, right? I think Usman is sort of a gem hiding in plain sight.
I agree.
Okay, right. That's what I think of Usman over there,
Yeah.
right? I think this show is a gem hiding in plain sight. Otherwise, I wouldn't be
Yeah.
on it. Apart from the fact that I enjoy both of your company quite a lot, actually. Yeah, I look forward to although we're straddling three time zones and we have to coordinate, etc., etc. The fact that we coordinate this most of the time is a wonderful thing. Is a wonderful thing about cigar conviviality and
Right.
cigar community. I wish there were more female cigar smokers, by the way, who could participate on this because I think that's a very, very interesting, desirable area of cigar smoking to involve the
Right.
whole community. These SOTL, Sisters of the Leaf, Hashtag SOTL. We've already
Right.
got hashtag BOTL, Brothers of the Leaf, which is sort of
Okay.
like transcends Cuban cigars. It goes up to Cuban, and it's like anyone who's into cigars, really.
Right.
Yeah.
Um, and so no,
We
on
have
that
tried to
note,
get a few. We have tried to get a few girls on the show that smoke cigars that I've seen on
we don't
Instagram. I
want
go,
to
hey,
try. We want to succeed. Trying is the
no, I'm
key.
just saying.
Yeah,
I have reached out and spoken to a few, and the one girl you knew, and
yeah.
then I guess her
I
boyfriend.
don't know. I don't know that person. I
Oh,
don't.
she knew you
That person
apparently.
knows me. I don't know
Right, right.
that
As
person.
everybody knows you because you tell our
Oh,
fans to go
I
f
try to
themselves
know
every time they see
less
you.
people. My aim is
Yes,
to
I
have
understand that.
less friends, less people that I know, and
Right.
focus on the ones that I like, not the
There you
fucking
go.
hangers on.
But her boyfriend, I think, said that our show wasn't good for her brand, and I was like, it's a cigar show, and you talk about cigars, what's not good for your brand? It's like, all
Yeah.
right. So if you're a cigar smoker and you're female, and you know what you're talking about, which would be nice, and you're easy on the eyes, and you can roll cigars. No, I'm just kidding. And you know about cigars, please reach out to us. We'd love to have you as a guest.
No,
So
based on this one, I promise. 2025,
yeah,
we will ensure that we bring a few Sisters of the Leaf on the events as guests.
very
I will
nice.
talk to a few of them. I've met a few of them here in Doha. I know a few of them, and I'm in touch with a lot of them. I'm very certain that when they come, we'll all be acknowledging their level of knowledge of cigars and their passion about cigars much more. So I would definitely speak to and request Sarah,
Okay.
who is the official influencers of Habano and the president for the Habanos Club Italy. I'm very certain we would be able to speak to Yenny, based in Scotland,
Okay.
and a few others who can come on the show.
What I'm going to do on that note, what I'm going to do is on 2024, the last show, I'm going to bow out. 2025, I won't be on the show.
Yes, you will. Stop with your ridiculous
And
stuff.
what you can have is the other very serious influences on this show.
Do we
My
have the
2024
Steven, do I
cigar
have the
will be the
permission to
bow
show
out
this?
cigar.
Yeah, you could do that. It's YouTube. You do. Yeah, you're going to be on the show in 2025. Don't give us this crap. Just stop. Stop it.
His,
I don't know
Well,
if you
only
realize
if
this,
you
but
insist.
yeah, it's
yeah,
the AI kicked in. It's the AI kicked in him.
yeah. No. He just needed to hear that we wanted him to get. Yes, I don't know.
Yeah.
You have a lifetime contract. It's kind of like your daughter. You get off when you die. You're here for a while,
No,
so
the
relax.
2024, the
You
2024
know what
last
the
show
credit
will
of the
be my
program says?
bow out show.
No, it won't. You'll be here in
No.
2025. Stop it.
You know what's the credit on the show? It says
Yeah.
original idea conceived and played by Raza Adil.
Yeah.
So there's
So
no
yeah,
way
you're not going anywhere.
you have a
Yeah,
life
but
contract.
all good things come to an end. We
No,
will
he
do
don't.
this in a
No.
nice way and
Yeah,
start the
yeah.
new chapter.
There we go. When you're
I
like
will hand
60,
over
70,
I
80.
will hand over that to Messrs. Stephen and Usman. Take
Okay,
it to another level.
you done with your trap?
I will be behind the scenes pulling the puppets.
Ooh,
Yeah, you
boy.
done with your trap?
Are you done? Are you done now? Because we're gonna January. Just so you know, next week the three of us will be here to go over
Yeah.
whatever. And the first show of 2025 is on the 4th of January.
See
Rizzo
a
will be
blank screen.
here.
See a picture of Joker.
Here.
Mhm.
Rizzo
You know,
will
you remember
be
in the 1989 movie with the Batman movie
Jack
with Jack
Nicholson.
Nicholson? Yeah. Do you remember the
Yeah,
part where the screens go fuzzy and Jack Nicholson's Joker just appears and it's sort of like,
vaguely.
oh, that's called a bow out. That's called a stylish
Right.
bow out.
Yeah. All right. Well, you're not going to be doing that, but it's nice that you think so.
In my head.
All right,
Your head, in your head, and you know what? He's not even here when he's here, so we're good.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. So it'll be perfect, gentlemen. As always, it's good to see everybody, and for
Absolutely.
all our Gentile friends, because I'm not sure what everybody's celebrating across the world. So the Jews and the Gentiles on December 25th celebrate for the first time in many years Hanukkah and Christmas on the same day. So for the people that celebrate that pagan holiday, Christmas, good luck, and for the Jews, way to go. And I'm not sure. What do you guys? What are you celebrating? Anything?
I celebrate the fact that you celebrate.
Oh, well, of course.
I celebrate daily. So.
Of course, that and the fact that the founder of Pakistan was born on the 25th of December. It's a national holiday, so yes.
There you go. They knew it. They knew ahead.
Hang on. When is our next show? What date is our next show?
the 28th, which is next Saturday.
28th. Okay.
Is there an issue or problem? Do we need to be aware of something?
His Alzheimer's was kicking in again. So
I see that. It's not that difficult. It's just the Saturday after this.
I forget from time to time. Every day merges into every other day. You know what I mean?
Well, for you, when you have your kind of money and you don't have to do anything all day but sit around and look pretty and smoke cigars. I understand.
Don't do that. That's the impression. That's the.
That's the
It's the
impression you
bubbles
get.
on the 7-Up. The main substance is the 7-Up. The bubbles are just there.
There you go. There you go. Oh my God. We're going to end the show. And Rizza, we say this because we love you. Don't click out because we're going to catch up. The three of us, not an all-timer. I'm telling you that now because I know
this was the catch up. This was the catch up.
No, we still have more.
Going to happen after this.
Then we have the real catch up after the show because
you mean the post show,
fans
the
don't
one
want
you keep recording. You keep recording and you put the bloopers up.
Yeah, the one that I get the shorts from. Yeah, but that's the real show after that. So
what I find amusing is near the end of the show. Yeah, both of you, both of you. I've said this before. Both dying to go to the toilet. Everyone's like shifting around.
I'm
in their
good.
chairs a little bit.
I'm
yeah.
good.
Show's over. Wine.
I wear Depends now for the show, so I'm good. I can sit here all day.
I want Usman to know one thing, by the way, and Stephen, you can know this as well. My rate of smoking, in terms of the time I take to smoke a cigar, the rate is increased. Look at that. Look how much. That's a Partagas Capitoles. That in any other time in half an hour would be gone.
Yeah, I know.
Half an hour? This is like your 20-minute smoke, or it's a 42 ringgit. That's it.
Tell me about it. Look, I've been smoking constantly
since the stove. He's been an hour and a half.
Right. Look at that.
Yeah.
I mean,
in my defense, I was talking. Hence, I am almost like half the cigar left.
No, but people who do smoke with me have noticed that in the last couple of months, I smoke so slowly now. Yeah. Anyway, we can discuss this in the green room.
Thank you very much. So for the fans, thank you very much for joining in. Do like, subscribe, and share the channel with everyone. And on our Insta handles, and our YouTube channel, and all that. With that,
and to see me for the last time, tune in next week.
Oh my God! Stop with this ridiculous cliffhanger.
Roll the credits.
Roll the credits. Everybody, don't forget to have a happy and healthy holiday. We'll see you all next Saturday, everybody.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.